Stakes are so high in these negotiations. The 400 striking engineers are just 3% of New Jersey Transit's workforce, but they are extremely crucial in making the agency the third largest transit provider in the U.S. in terms of ridership. CEO Kris Kolluri sat down with our Bill Ritter this afternoon about what is holding up this strike. Bill.
Liz, we heard earlier New Jersey Governor Murphy say it like it should be sold. There didn't have to be a strike. That's what they're selling. Today, as I interviewed the New Jersey Transit CEO, it was clear there's a sliver of disagreement in these negotiations that is holding up both sides and, of course, holding up so many passengers from going anywhere.
A deal is reachable, and we are working very hard at doing just that. Okay. For us, the principle is very simple. The union wants a fair deal. We want a deal that we can pay for, because no point in making a deal today if a couple of years from now, the fares have to go up tremendously, or the corporate business tax has to go up tremendously, or the taxpayers of New Jersey have to pay a lot of money. That is sort of the fundamental principle. I think we have agreed on 95% of all the stuff that we have to agree on. And I think we're going to work in the next couple of days with the help of the National Mediation Board, hopefully, to get to a solution.
If you don't get to a deal by the end of the weekend, what happens to everyone who's got to go back to work? And how much longer will it take it down the road if you don't reach a decision this weekend?
And I certainly don't intend to speak for the union. I'll speak for myself and the governor. We believe a deal is reachable as long as both parties agree about the principles I laid out.
Engineers, I understand it, 400 people in that union out of 12,000 transit workers. And yet there is fear, we're told, by some of the other unions, that if you yield to the engineers, I say yield in quotations, the other unions are going to have to rise up as well. And that's what worries you.
And this is sort of the fundamental issue, right? If this was a union, let's say in abstract terms, this is the only union at New Jersey Transit. It's a very, very different proposition. That is not the case. I have 9,000 employees who are in unions in all kinds of trades. So I have to look at the overall picture and to see what is actually sustainable from a financial basis.
It is hard to run a transit system, no question, but perhaps it's even harder to run a transit system that is on strike. Mr. Kolluri made it clear just now, there may be only 5% disagreement in negotiations, but the ramifications of that 5%, they could last for years. Meanwhile, as both sides make their cases, the passengers remain kind of stranded and kind of frustrated. Why not, right? After a recent fare hike and an economy that remains uncertain. The stakes, as Liz just said, remain high. David?
Well, he did.